These are 50 geography facts that happened recently. We live in a constantly changing world, including geographically speaking, and because I haven't done any facts videos in over 1 year now, I'm quite excited to share these fresh facts with you. Enjoy this video. In May 2022, explorers in China found an undiscovered place by humanity, the Guangxi Sinkhole. This place is 192 meters deep, contains ancient trees which are up to 40 meters tall. And you can fit the Washington Museum here, and it was just discovered. Those trees were of undiscovered species, so it's quite interesting to see where this natural heritage is gonna head up to. The fastest current growing city in the world is Guadalajara in Nigeria, with a population of 566,000 people, and it had a jump of 6.46% in 1 year. 7 out of the 10 cities with the fastest growing population are in Africa. Delhi is projected to already be the most populated city in the world because Tokyo is constantly losing population, and India is finally about to start its census, one that will take 2 years and one that will have 500,000 representatives that will go around the country and count the population. And there we will truly see if Delhi is the new most populated city in the world. The longest river cruise is from India, and it's called the Ganga Vilas, and it was launched on 13th of January 2023 in Varanasi, and it covers over 3,200 kilometers across 27 river systems in 5 Indian states, which are these ones, as well as in Bangladesh. A discovery made recently in 2024 proved that the Wrangel Island in the Chakchi Sea was the last place where mammoths lived approximately until 2000 before Christ. It's basically in Siberia, and it was a bit after the constructions of the Pyramid of Giza, so you can have an idea. These mammoths were 5 tons and they were traveling on the lake. So you can imagine how strong that ice was before and the temperatures. That's crazy. Meanwhile, this is a map of the birth rate in Europe, and the reality is starting to kick in. And as you can see, Kosovo is the only country which apparently won't lose population in the near future. According to CAA, for some reason they're doing geography things now, the country with the lowest population growth rate in the world is Latvia with minus 1.14, followed by Lithuania and Poland. The reason was the last fact, as well as better living standards in the West. The country with the highest population growth rate is South Sudan, Niger, and Angola, and in Europe it is Ukraine. While Ukraine makes sense a bit, the second is Luxembourg, so let's consider Luxembourg as the fastest growing population in Europe. In 2024, in Hungary, the world's longest single-span pedestrian suspension bridge was built, and it's called the New Zemplén Bridge of National Unity. It is 723 meters, and a date there would go hard, not gonna lie. In 2022, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan swapped land to resolve a quite weird enclave. Barak, not this guy, but the village of Barak, was 0.2 kilometers squared, and it was a Kyrgyz enclave inside of Uzbekistan. Here you can see it on the image, and it looks like Lesotho in South Africa. And because the population was Kyrgyz, but it was in Uzbekistan, Uzbekistan eventually gave it to Kyrgyzstan, and Kyrgyzstan gave some territory. I am not gonna talk much about global warming, I'll just mention some facts. But from 2013 to 2023, the global temperatures jumped from 14.52 Celsius to 15.15, so 0.63 difference. And in Europe, the difference was 1.40. And that is just in 10 years. 2024 was the warmest year on record, a whopping 1.55 Celsius above pre-industrial levels. I am curious if 2025 is going to be the new hottest year in the world. We'll see. In early 2025, an iceberg called A23A, it seems like the name Elon Musk gave to his child. Well, it is 3,300 kilometers squared and 1 trillion tons, and it grounded near South Georgia Island. And to give you a perspective, that's 17,500 Vatican cities that could fit inside of it. In 2023, the Netherlands completed the Maasland storm barrier. basically making flooding of the Netherlands less unlikely because of climate changes. One thing to point out is that it was actually built in 1997, however in 2023 it has received its first automatic storm closure, so basically when there's a storm, this barrier will close itself. And because of this innovation, they were able to also create this bridge. As you can see here, there is water and then there are cars going under the water. That's so cool. And talking about underground tunnels, Norway is close to finishing its Rogfast tunnel. It is under construction and it will span 26.7 kilometers by 2033. It is 392 meters beneath sea level, and it would become the world's longest subsea road tunnel, and I believe the first one to this magnitude. China is set to launch the fastest high-speed commercial train in the world, and that is CR450AF in 2025. This train will have speeds up to 400 kilometers per hour, actually 450 kilometers per hour. And the second place is not even close, it's 320, so you should try it when it comes out. In 2021, Alaska had 3 volcanoes erupt at once: Pavlov, Great Sitkin, and this one. This is a nature's version of a group project gone wrong. A typical experience in university. In May 2025, so basically last month, a New York City worth of trees were cut from the Amazonian rainforest. What's the reason behind it, you might ask? Well, the officials said it is to prevent wildfires, so I guess that's a valid reason. Some users on Reddit found the fact that no one asked for. Do you know that UK is the northernmost country in the world, with no part of it being in the Arctic? The Shetland Island barely makes it possible for UK to hold this distinction, and Estonia is close, but it is UK. Iceland has an island which is in the Arctic Circle, in case you were spamming my comments already. The North Magnetic Pole is on the move. Since the 1930s, it drifted 2,250 kilometers from northern Canada towards Siberia. You're probably asking, why is this relevant? Well, as a result, GPSs are affected and aviation and maritime charts constantly need to be updated to deal with the Earth being the Earth. So this manual work has to be done every single month. Manila currently has 1.85 million people on just 42 kilometers square. So that is 46,000 people per kilometer square, and hence it is the most densely populated city in the world. This map will ruin your perception of the world. Cairo is closer to Iceland than it is to Guinea-Bissau. Then there is this map showing that Russia's width is smaller than Africa's width, and there is this map which shows the population distribution of Africa. It's actually crazy. Tristan da Cunha is the most remote inhabited archipelago. Its main island is 2,400 kilometers from the nearest land, and only 250 people live there. And it is closer to penguins than people. But that was the video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys are interested in more facts videos, let me know in the comments. But that's it. I had fun making this video. It's kind of recent, and I will see you in the next one.